No mentality, innit?
City were rattled, right? They were rattled by Arsenal, right? They got out of jail, right? By getting that goal right at the end of about 98 minutes, right? Yes, Arsenal did deploy a lot of dark arts in that game, and I enjoyed it because I've been used to seeing Arsenal in years gone by, not being very soft in end games, not deploying any dark arts, right? And we end up lose the game. And yes, you can say, oh, well, why didn't they go for it more? Well, I've seen Liverpool that time. Remember, you used out of 10 men against them. What was the score in the end? Right, when you played them, wasn't there a game?
What about when we were 9?
No,
we still went for it with them.
No.
Got a draw, unlike you. No, don't make the. We lost that 5-0 that game. That was one of.
We got a draw.
That was Klopp's.
Come on.
Hang on.
How
No,
Robbie. Violin you.
Robbie, I'm going to correct you there.
Go
That was Klopp's second
Sob
game
story,
against
come on.
City ever, and in the first game we won 4-1.
But the second game,
The red card changed the game.
The only point I'm trying to make, right, is that in that game you went down to 10 men, right? You still tried to have a go.
We still had a go.
You ended up losing. Was it 5-1?
5-0 we lost.
5-0.
But
right?
we did beat them 4-1 the year before.
Playing at the
so
Etihad, right? The place where they're unbeaten at the Etihad. The tactics to deploy were correct.
According to Bernardo Silva, at least Liverpool come and give it a go. They've won the Premier League, you haven't. Champions League.
Hold on a second.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, but hold on.
Bernardo Silva said.
Crazy.
Bernardo Silva said, yes, you came and gave it a go with 10 men. You lost 5-0.
No, but he's saying
and I'm saying to Bernardo Silva.
No, don't try
Bernardo
that one, Robbie. He said, and I can get the quote
I've got
up
the
as
quote.
well.
Would you like the quote?
I'd like it.
Okay.
Bernardo Silva.
Let's get it up.
Hold on.
By the way, I don't like Bernardo Silva.
They were rattled.
I don't
That's
like
why
him.
they was coming out.
If we're trying to pretend that Arsenal in the second half with 10 men for 45 minutes leading a game at the Etihad should now be opening themselves up
kind of magic
to some
is
sort of
that? No, the context
hold on,
is-
let me land. Because it just doesn't make any sense, and they are seconds away, by the way, from winning that game.
Seconds,
So
yeah.
what is the narrative if Arsenal actually hold on and they don't concede that goal in the last minute? Is the narrative that they should have opened up when they were?
They won.
Right, but they won.
They still didn't lose.
But let's not.
We didn't lose.
What's going on?
It's 45
hold on,
minutes.
hold on.
Actually,
Alex.
over 50 minutes.
It's so sad.
Yeah, a draw at the
fair.
Etihad with 10 men for 45 minutes. I'm sorry,
result.
I'm not even on
Great
the bias
result.
thing today. It's a very good result. It's a great result.
It's not a bias thing. The argument is, that's fine. You can come and play like that, and you've got the best defence in the league that you can do that. Fine. But my point, and what me and Alex were talking about before, is that when Liverpool and City were going for each other year in, year out, you just wouldn't have seen them do
But
that.
so what?
But they lost 5-0 when they
hold on.
went
Wouldn't
down
have
with 10
seen
men.
it. But
Who cares?
Abby,
I'm only referring to that game because you went down to 10 men. I'm not saying.
If the game's 11-11,
You were
Why do
winning.
you care?
No, Flex.
You
Doesn't
do.
Flex.
I got what I
I don't
wanted.
understand. If the game is 11-11 and Arsenal do that for the whole second half,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a different
Fair
different
enough.
context. But at 10 men, what else are they meant
And
to
at
do?
11v11, they're winning 2-1.
And that 11 versus 11, by the way, we're winning,
That's
and
what
we
I'm
had them on the
saying.
ropes.
Can I say one thing?
So
Can
what
I
are you
say-
talking
can I
about?
say
Let's go.
Can I say one thing, yeah? I like when Arsenal lose. It's funny. I like the head loss. Like,
It's a fair
Troops
point.
was going mad. Curtis.
Take your
Like,
time.
you
I'll
know
tell
what
you
I'm saying?
what.
You got like,
Go
it's
on.
fine. Like when you lose, it's funny. I want to message you and thing. But what's actually happening now to Arsenal? To the forced, like,
It's not forced.
It is forced.
This one
The
is.
forced out-
This
the
one is.
forced-
This
Can I
one
say
is.
the forced outrage? What's happening to Arsenal? Yeah, is embarrassing. Like it is. Like
It's
we're
true.
trying.
I
I'm not even
disagree.
saying we because I'm not in this camp. There's people trying to say right that that Arsenal should play the way that they want them to play to get a result. Like. How does that even make sense? When Real Madrid went there in the Champions League and it went to penalties, how did they play? How did Don Carlo? How many times they won it?
Exactly.
15 times, win it, whatever they are. How did they play against City? How, when anyone beats City recently, do you get it done? Like you said, you have times where you've had shootouts and you haven't won, but it's entertaining for all the fans. Like, if you're an Arsenal fan, why, and Mikel Arteta and them players, why on earth would you give a shit that the Tottenham fans are like, oh, it's so miserable what you're doing? Or the Liverpool fans are like, we never used to do that. Who gives a
They-
shit?
of course they don't
And
care.
on top
You
of
get a
that,
result.
since when was using your best attribute, Arsenal the
Absolutely.
best defence in the league? Yes or no?
Yes.
Since when was using your top trump card a negative? If Prime Klopp, yeah, Salah,
Inter
Mane,
Milan,
rock and
Nou
roll
Camp,
ball,
Mourinho.
whatever you want to call it, yeah, their strength was that. Your strength is high line, even though there's 9 men.
It's not really a strength.
Well, it's not really a strength. Exactly.
It's not really a strength.
I know what you mean, though, the top characteristic.
That's what I'm saying. Your top characteristic. Let's take that away from Arsenal. Let's take away the set pieces. Let's take away the defensive solidity.
No one's saying that.
And then let's just be more.
No one is saying
You
that.
are because you're criticising them for doing it.
What I'm saying is
when we're watching Inter Milan,
And they didn't even lose.
when we're going to watching Inter Milan, go to the new camp and get a result with that defence,
Jose
right? That
doing
Mourinho
this.
had doing this. This is the art of defending. This is
Okay.
the art of football. And one thing I will say is this whole Bernardo Silva. Thank you, Liverpool, for participating for all those years. They were more competitive. They were more fun.
by the way,
No. This is what Manchester City always do. They love to do this little head little scratch for
that's
Liverpool.
what I was-
And Liverpool fans lap it up.
Yeah.
Oh, we were the
One-
best competitors. You got
just
one.
did it.
You got one Premier League title. Forget. I know the context of the points allocated, accumulated, but you got one Premier League title, and they have won titles galore.
Facts.
So they're happy to little bro you and say you competed and we love the way you played against us because they were always on the winning side.
And where's the criticism?
When it all came down
where's
to
the
it.
I would like to
criticism?
actually interject
Why
on
has
this.
no one said the almighty Pep, amazing, break everything down, used to playing against a low block every bloody week?
Yeah.
Yeah? They played a 6-4.
Wait a
Arsenal
minute.
played, essentially, yeah?
6-3.
6-3, sorry. Yeah, because they're down to 10.
Yeah.
They
10
played
men.
6-3, yeah? Couldn't got the
was just a
goalkeeper,
10
yeah?
at one point.
Exactly, right? And they couldn't break them down. And yes, the argument is we did right at the end, but it nullified Haaland because there was no space. The wingers, like Arsenal just camped in there, they nullified them right up until the last
And
minute.
also Flex, right?
So the plan worked.
And also Flex, the thing that Rodri was criticising Arsenal for last season, celebrating a draw. Right? They're celebrating a draw at the end. Yeah? I see Pep Guffer kick down his chair. Right? Listen, bro. We got them rattled. That's what it is. That's why they're all coming out. That's
saying,
why Haaland at the end is throwing
Arsenal
balls
didn't
at
play
people.
the game we wanted them to. You know when we drew with you 0-0 and Virgil van Dijk was like, only one team comes in. Sorry we didn't come the way you wanted us to go there and
It's
get
like
licks.
Rodri and McTominay.
Of course you'd want us
Do you
to
know
turn
why?
up there, be open and expansive so you can lick us down 4-0.
You know why?
That's your problem.
Because if we had a Man City fan on this panel, they'd be the one getting cooked. Because at the end of the
Facts.
day,
They were
for 45 minutes at home against 10 men, you could not break Arsenal down. Simple
Correct.
as. That's the facts. You
And it's the
couldn't break them
almighty
down.
God Pep.
All right, can
amazing.
can I please
They were
interject
one
here?
dimensional.
Let's get the
Can I
City
please
fan in.
interject? Right, I'm not saying you don't have the best defence. I think good job on you. And I said to you yesterday, in fairness, if you go there and you do that and you hold out 45 minutes and you get the result, then good on you for doing that.
what's your problem?
My problem
good
is
result now,
it's a
though.
great result. Don't get me wrong, it's a great result. My problem with it is that when we've had Contes and Jose's or Simeone's or Dyche or whatever, when there's teams like that that set up to defend in that way, there is a lot of criticism. It's boring. When
No, but
Spurs
hold on,
were
wait,
let me go. It's mine now, right? When we was under Conte, it's boring football, it's turgid, it's this, it's that. So when you set up in those two banks where you can't get anything, fine, do that way.
But
I would prefer to
But
see.
you were rubbish.
Hold on,
Wait.
Abby,
Oh,
hold
I'm not
on.
done. I'm not done.
Let me just finish.
you were
Let me
right.
just,
I'm not done.
All right, let me just interject
I'm not
slightly.
done.
Can I interject just
No,
one
because
thing?
I'm going to tell you some other facts. It's not just about yesterday.
No,
it's
but
not
just
about
I
yesterday.
just
What's it
need
about?
to.
No, let's say what it's about. What it's
can't.
about.
But Abby, just before you do
Yeah.
that, I just need to address that, right? We weren't playing like that before we went down to 10 men. We started to play like
Yes.
that. Conte played like that every week.
Yes.
We started to play like that in that game because we're down to 10 men.
I understand that.
Needs must.
I understand
I don't
that.
think you do.
I do understand that, but I've got another sense to you. I do
don't
understand
think you
that.
do. How is Spurs?
It's not about Spurs. You're
can you
doing what he
compare
does.
that?
It's not about Spurs.
all right, go on.
It's not about
But
Spurs.
you brought Spurs to the argument.
Because I'm
You said
saying
when
that
we
we
had
play-
Conte,
Yeah, because
and
everyone
you were
says it's
shit.
turgid
And against
football.
Southampton, he gave up.
Hold on.
Super
What do you
chats
mean?
after this.
I've got a few for you.
There we like.
Only 3 teams have kept less possession than Arsenal this season. Nottingham Forest, Ipswich and Everton. 17th in terms of possession. 16th in XG created.
10 men.
17th. No, this is the season so far.
No, did they have
This
10
is
men in
also-
the games
This
when
is also
they-
in the season so far.
That's the whole season.
17th in accurate passes per match. 8th for XG conceded and 1st for red cards. So it's not just about yesterday. I can commend you for getting a draw at City, but it's about this season so far.
So what are you saying? That this season they're up?
I'm not saying
What's
they're
the closing
rubbish.
statement?
My closing statement is that I just prefer when I've got a title challenge or someone's at the top. I prefer to watch my football the
No,
way
but
that
you know
Liverpool
what?
and City
Those
are doing
stats that you're quoting, right, are only so low for Arsenal because of yesterday. Because in that second half
What
we had
about
so
the week
little
before?
possession. So the week before we beat you.
But you had 37%. You had 37% the week before.
Right? Let me give you. I'll give you.
That's for the whole season as a whole so far.
Let me give you a simple stat. Yeah,
Go for
Arsenal are unbeaten this season.
Yeah.
Arsenal in their first 5 games have
Yeah.
had to go away to Tottenham, away to Aston Villa and away to Manchester City, and we have not lost
Which
any
is
of that
great.
game. We've won two of them. We've won two of those games.
Is that what you're doing?
We're
Is
not
Arteta
becoming
Jose?
No, we're not becoming Jose.
Is that how you're going to win the league? Because I just need to know what we're setting up.
Right, we scored goals. You
It's not making sense. I'm
You're having an absolute.
This is real bad.
Hold on, Abby. When you
commend you. Nah, I commend you
Erling Haaland's
for defending that way.
You know what I
I
mean?
just need to know what Arsenal we're talking about.
No, but if you,
What do you mean?
Abby, when you've got those three away
Erling
fixtures,
Haaland's sister.
when you've got those three away fixtures,
Got the
right?
same blonde hair.
You got Villa away, you got Tottenham away, you got Man City away. I'm not expecting Arsenal to come out of those fixtures and sit first, second, third for these metrics that you're listing out. If they'd played Bournemouth, Ipswich, Reading, Wolverhampton, I don't give a shit. Then, okay, 100% I get it. But I'm not going to say that those away games
Three of the
that I'm
toughest.
expecting Arsenal to open up and be this expansive team. Now, in the next 5-6 games, whatever their fixtures are, if those stats still sit like that, then we can say, okay, now he's moving like Jose Mourinho.
We'll be watching.
We're watching a pragmatic team go away from home and get results and play the way that they have to play. And me as a Chelsea fan, I'll be honest, me as a Chelsea fan,
without their two best players.
Go
away to Atalanta, which are a good team.
The game is about
No
winning.
way.
It's about results.
We
Me
beat
as a
them.
Chelsea fan, I can't sit here
game
with
was
my
not
team with
Not
Mourinho.
enough.
We used to go to stadiums like that. We used to have to do a pragmatic job and get the result. There's an art and there's a beauty
I
to going
agree.
away from
I
home
agree.
Let me
and
teach
doing
you
a
something.
job and getting a result. It's
Matisse,
smash and
I'm saying,
grab.
right?
It has to be done sometimes.
Matisse, I'm saying.
Not everybody has to play the same
One-
way. I'm
one
seeing,
person,
I'm
guys.
seeing teams in the relegation zone playing out from the back.
Look at
It's
Southampton.
pissing around.
Why are you not saying,
Southampton
well done, Russell
and
Martin?
conceding
Look at
goals
all of
for
his
for no
possession.
reason.
It's
Doing this
fantastic.
nonsense.
One is
Look at
trying
his
to
style
stay
of
up, the one
play.
is trying to stay up and the other's trying to win a league.
And where are they in the league?
Yeah, totally different.
Where are they
aims.
with points to City?
What are you talking about?
You're saying one's trying to win the league. You're acting like they failed on that objective.
I'm
They're
not
still
saying
trying to win
that.
it last
Can I
time.
just
I'm
jump
not
in?
saying
You are
that.
saying
I'm
that.
not. I'm saying they are facts. They are stats.
But
they
what's
are
your
there.
point with the
My
facts
point
and
is, I
stats?
just want to know where Arsenal are going. This is: are we looking at prime Conte, prime Jose, or are we going to go back to how Arsenal are?
It's nothing to do. We're not Conte type team, right? We're in a right.
This
We-
is
we-
ridiculous
bag.
what you are.
Listen,
This is
right?
worse.
KG
No,
bag.
KG wouldn't do this.
Listen, hold on.
KG
right?
That
would
cooling
know.
show is effective.
What's
Going on? We got to speak to
You
production
have
with the
changed.
standard and the quality of this show.
Right? Listen, it's all
No
these.
compromises,
Right,
guys.
I'm telling
I'm
you.
really
right?
sorry if you came here for analysis and a
Guys.
breakdown of what actually
No,
happened.
you know what it is,
I'm just
right?
giving you real stats. Real
You know what it is, right? It's all these holidays.
stats.
man.
They're
All these
real.
holidays she's been on, she got sunstroke. Right? Because I don't know what you're talking about, right?
They're stats.
We are not a
They're
Conte.
facts.
We are not a Conte type team, right?
Okay.
We were 2-1 up, Abby.
Yeah, but
We were winning. We came. That's the
didn't
other
win
thing.
it.
That's the other thing. We were 1-0 down at the Etihad, right? And we
After
came
9
from
minutes.
behind, right? And we're 2-1 up, right? And I'm telling you, them man, we had no choice to do what we did in the second half, and we nearly pulled it off. And even these men are rattled, these City, right? Because we didn't. They've now. That's 5 games now. Ain't beaten us. 5 games, right? They've not beaten Arsenal.
No, but they did win the
We've
league,
won
didn't
3
they?
of them.
They won the
Can
league.
I,
Sorry,
can I
2
go?
of them.
Can I
Yeah,
just one
yeah.
point, just one last
Quickly,
point.
yeah.
When we came to your ground in 2015-16 with Mourinho and we won the league and you were singing boring, boring Chelsea, were you one of the people that was singing that?
No, you know
Okay,
what?
good.
City-
I'm just
City-
making sure. I'm just making sure
Simon
Arsenal
Wenger.
fans.
He's gone, let me just check.
I'm just making
He
sure.
has gone.
Because now I'm
He's
giving you
remembered he
credit.
does hate Arsenal.
When this happens to me now, don't forget. Don't
No, wait
forget
a
this
minute,
day.
wait a minute. But what
You know
I would say, what I
They,
would
they
say,
do have a
Matisse,
song 1-0 to the Arsenal, don't they?
we did used to be boring Arsenal. They were even singing it at us yesterday as well, right? City, right? But what I would say, Matisse, right, is that at that time, that was the style of play for Mourinho, which he's very successful with. He's very pragmatic. I don't think we are very pragmatic. I think when we go away from home, we're definitely more, pragmatic with our approach, and it's worked for us. You know what I
Only
mean?
in a few
Right?
games.
But we score a lot of goals. We score a lot of goals, and we've had a very, like you said, that point you made, Matisse, is brilliant. We've had a very tough start to the season. You can't go gun-ho against Villa, even you guys. You can't go away there and go gun-ho. We went away there last year. We was pretty pragmatic. We beat you. We just deployed the same thing again. We know you're going to play the eye line. We know you can't defend set pieces. We just keep it tight, and our chances will come.
Easy
What I've
team
done
to
today,
play.
is just banked it. Because if a smaller
Bank
team
it.
comes to Emirates now and they play this way and Arsenal don't win,
Yeah, they can't
just
say
need
that.
to-
That's fair enough.